Today I'll be talking about Venomoth, the evolution of Venonat, who evolves at level 31. Its past PYC dates are April 15th, 1996, February 4th, 1999, November 25th, 2001, September 15th, 2004, July 7th, 2007, April 27th, 2010, February 15th, 2013, December 7th, 2015, September 27th, 2018, and July 18th, 2021. I like this Pokemon's design better than Venonat's. I find it interesting that its eyes are so different, resembling the eyes of a Paris. Let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we are talking about Venomoth, the poison moth Pokemon, whose number is 0049. It was all one word before Gen 3. This is what it looks like. Its type is bug poison. Its abilities are Shield Dust or Tinted Lens in Gen 4+. Wonder Skin is its hidden ability, Gender Ratio 50-50, Catch Rate 75 or 17.5%, Breeding, Egg Group Bug, Hatch Time 20 cycles, Height 4'11" or 1.5 meters, Weight 27.6 pounds or 12.5 kilograms. Base experience yield 138 in the first 4 gens, and 159 in Gen 5+. Leveling rate medium fast. EV yield is 2, 1 in special attack and 1 in speed. Its shape is that, its footprint is that. Pokedex color is purple and space friendship is 70. Venomoth is a dual-type bug-poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves from Venonat starting at level 31. Biology. Venomoth is a Lepidoptera, an insect Pokemon whose body is varying shades of purple. Its head and thorax are both light purple, and it has bulbous, round, light blue eyes, a small mandible, and 3 pointed crest on its head. Tucked close to its thorax are 3 pairs of tiny whitish legs. Its abdomen is paler with several black zigzagging stripes encircling it. It has 2 pairs of pale purple moth-like wings with thin black venation. Its official artwork and various TCG cards depict the wings as translucent. Venomoth's wings are covered in dust-like scales that vary in color depending on their toxic capability. Dark scales are poisonous, while lighter scales can cause paralysis. These scales are released when Venomoth flutters its wings and leak out poison once they make contact with the skin. So I forgot to mention this earlier, but this is the translucent wings. Venomoth lives in dense, temperate forests with thick undergrowth and little light. As a nocturnal Pokemon, Venomoth comes out at night to hunt for its favorite prey. It prefers to feed on insects that gather around light sources, and Venomoth is attracted to bright lights itself. As stated in Pokemon Adventures, Venomoth has a short lifespan. Evolution. Venomoth evolves from Venonat. So Venonat, Venomoth. Game data, Pokedex entries. Generation 1, in red and blue. The dust-like scales covering its wings are color-coded to indicate the kinds of poison it has. Yellow. The powdery scales on its wings are hard to remove. They also contain poison that leaks out on contact. Stadium. The powder on its wings is poisonous. It scatters the powder with every flap, so you might be poisoned if you are downwind. Generation 2, in gold. When it attacks, it flaps its large wings violently to scatter its poisonous powder all around. Silver. The powder on its wings is poisonous if it is dark in color. If it is light, it causes paralysis. Crystal. The scales it scatters will paralyze anyone who touches them, making that person unable to stand. Stadium 2 is just golds again. In Generation 3, in Ruby and Sapphire. Venomoth is nocturnal. It is a Pokemon that only becomes active at night. Its favorite prey are small insects that gather around streetlights, attracted by the light in the darkness. Emerald. Venomoth are nocturnal. They are only active at night. Their favorite prey are insects that gather around streetlights, attracted by the light in the darkness. Fire Red. The wings are covered with dust-like scales. Every time it flaps its wings, it looses highly toxic dust. Leaf Green is essentially red and blues. The only differences are dust-like is now one word without a hyphen, and color-coded is also one word but with a hyphen. In Generation 4, in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, it flutters its wings to scatter dust-like scales. The scales leach toxins if they contact skin. Heart Gold is golds again. Soul Silvers is very similar to silvers but slightly different, so we'll read it. The powder on its wings is poisonous if it is dark in hue. If it is light in hue, it causes paralysis. In Gen 5, those entries are the Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum entry. In Gen 6, X is the Crystal entry. Y is Fire Red. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are their Ruby and Sapphire counterpart. In Gen 7, Let's Go Games, that entry is similar, but slightly different to Yellows, so we'll read it. The powdery scales on its wings are hard to remove from skin. They also contain poison that leaks out on contact. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, those are Diamond and Pearl's entry. In Gen 9, Scarlet's is Fire Red and Y's entry. Violet's is the gold entries. Here it is in the Paldea Pokedex. Here it is in the Blueberry Pokedex. So, we've got Venonat in the background, technically making this a full evolutionary line image. That's cool. I think there's probably a couple other Pokemon here in the background, but we'll talk about those later, I think. Okay, game locations, side game locations, held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for a held item to appear. So you got red, blue, and yellow. You get gold leaf 100% of the time. Fire red and leaf green, you get silver powder 5% of the time. Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, you get silver powder 100% of the time. And Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Black, White, XY, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl, you get Shed, Shell 5% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP 70, Attack 65, Defense 60, Special Attack 90, Special Defense 75, Speed 90, for a total of 450. This Pokemon's special base stat in Gen 1 was 90. Pokeathon stats. Type effectiveness. Damage normally by normal, ground, ghost, steel, water, electric, ice, dragon, and dark. Weak to flying, rock, fire, and psychic for double. Immune to nothing, resistant to fighting, poison, bug, grass, and fairy. Fighting and grass are a fourth, and poison, bug, and fairy are half. In Gen 1, the effectiveness of bug type moves was 2, so it went from 2 to half. And 1 for poison type, so that's 1 to half. For learn set by leveling up, we're gonna go to, well, Evo here first, I guess. But then we'll skip down to level 31. So the learned upon evolution, you get Air Slash, which is a special flying move. Power 75, accuracy 95, and PP 15. 37 Leech Life. 41 Zen Headbutt, 47 Poison Fang, 55 Psychic. By TM we're skipping, by Breeding we're skipping, by Prior Evolution there's nothing. Side game data. Okay, evolution data, yeah, you know that. So sprites. Ooh. That's all. Oh, that's a little, it's interesting, because, yeah, okay. So it's like vaguely the same concept. It's just not quite there yet, you know. It just had to, like, over these three, it basically evolves from that to this, you know, from that to this. That's very interesting. It's, you still got the basics even at the very beginning, like the 3 points at the head, wings obviously, and like hands and like the mouth. I guess you don't really have the proper mouth parts yet, but still pretty cool. The basic concepts. This is obviously the closest here with the eyes, especially. So it kind of starts off like bug-like eyes, and it kind of becomes almost, I don't know, it looks very strange. The eyes, like, almost Muppet eyes, I guess, is how I'd probably describe it. These back sprites, of course, only work really well for these first two, and then not for this last one. It's not even close. The wings are different. Then, of course, it becomes even more like it, but it's all pink and black, which is interesting. Then, of course, this introduces the tan parts of the body. That's cool and kind of see maybe looking a little bit semi-translucent. You probably can't actually see that in the game, but it's pretty cool. Then, oh yeah, the shiny is blue. It's a lighter blue now. I guess as this one becomes sort of a lighter purple. Seems like a little bit of darker blue here. Even a little bit smaller for the sprite. It's probably a different sprite entirely. It just has to look a lot like that one. Same kind of angle, I guess. Yep. Back sprites are pretty cool. They kind of become, yeah, that's cool. Pearl. Yeah. Yep. Just kind of stay basically the same. Again, it's one that doesn't really change much. Yep. We got these. And this is a big change. This outline here being kind of a black, I guess. And now you can kind of see semi-translucency, where I guess because it's a 3D model, they can represent that. Yep. This is all blue still, but it's a darker blue. And it's like a gray. Oh, these are like, yeah, more gray. Yep. Okay, these, yeah, they kind of just become gray at the end. That, and then this. That's interesting. So yeah, this is all, and then that's all kind of one thing again, with it all being one color. So home is interesting because of the difference. Because this is like a lighter color than this purple, which is more like that, and this is more like pink. This is all kind of the same bluish kind of. That's interesting. Yeah, we got it in the anime, Venomoth in the anime. We do have the one for the Pokedex entry. I've recorded it for the anime portion of the video, so we'll let Dexter read it. And we'll cut back.
Venomoth, an evolved form of Venonat. Tiny scales on its wings disperse various spores when they are flat.
Welcome back, let's move on. So, Pokemon Evolutions and the manga, Venomoth and Pokemon Adventures, Pokedex entries, manga, Pokemon Adventures, Chapter 3. The dust-like scales covering its wings are color-coded to indicate the kinds of poison it has. It has a short lifespan, and appears to be the evolved form of Venonat. TCG Trivia. Venomoth shares its category name with Dustox. They are both known as the Poison Moth Pokemon. In early official art, Venomoth had yellow spots on the back of its wings. This was removed when later official art was released. So you can see that here. In Ruby and Sapphire, Venomoth's sprite color set contains 2 shades of yellow that go unused. Venomoth's crystal sprite is different from its gold and silver sprite, making it one of the few Pokemon that have 3 different sprites in Gen 2. So I already read this entry, so we won't read it again. I read it in yesterday's video. Origin: Venomoth seems to be based on swallowtail moths, many of which are toxic. Its face and insect diet suggest that it may also draw inspiration from lacewings, which, like many moths, are attracted to lights at night. Specifically, it may be a play on moth lacewing family Ithonidae. Its shiny coloration is similar to a blue morpho butterfly. Name origin: Venomoth may be a combination of venom and moth. A wild idea, I know. Morphon may be derived from metamorphosis, or the butterfly genus Morpho. Here's in other languages, related articles. Okay, let's move on. Now let's watch Venomoth's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we're out watching episode 32, the Ninja Poké Showdown. In this episode, Ash Ketchum, the main character, and his traveling companions, Brock and Misty, and his faithful Pokemon companion Pikachu, have stumbled upon the Fuchsia Gym. This is the gym leader, Koga. And these two are about to fight. He sent out a Pidgeotto, and he has sent out Venonat, who is about to evolve into Venomoth.
This Venonat has a great deal more experience.
He fought another Venomoth earlier, so now it's evolving into Venomoth here. Yep, that's basically its first scene, so let's move on. Now let's see why people love Venomoth. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead, we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you who don't know how this works, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Venonat. So this first one is called Bugs Unleashed by Brignan. So we've got the Venomoth here, and then we've got a bunch of others. We've got Scizor, Heracross, Fortress, Volcarona, Durant, Ninjask, Yanmega, Excelgor, and Gavantula. That's cool pose, you know, all in a row here with Scizor in the center, you know. It's nice, it's good. Guess they're in a stadium, probably about to battle or something, and it's nighttime. Then we've got Poison Ninja Master by Zachary Blah. So we've got the Venomoth here, and we've got a Golbat, Arbok, Weezing. So this is Koga here. This must be all of his Pokemon. That is a Tentacruel. It's a Muck. That's a cool image. Very nice pose. Then we've got 049 Venomoth by Gutsuku. So it's this cute looking Venomoth. A little bit stylized, you know, nice colors. And then we've got Pokemon Halloween. We got the Venomoth here looking very scary. These are all very stylized. Got an Esper here and a Nidorino. Yeah, looking all very scary in this sort of dark woods green glow behind them. Then we've got Venomoth, the killer moth. This cool art of Venomoth here, and seems to be releasing its toxic scales in a forest or something. Oh, it's by Endo Nova Illustrator. This isn't a Venomoth, so we'll move on. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about Snorlax before I can evolve Venonat into Venomoth. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Diglett. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.